Welcome to Crazy Shit in Real Estate, a weekly podcast where I walk you through some of the wildest, most unbelievable stories you'll hear from the world of real estate. If you like real estate and you love crazy, this is the podcast for you. Before we get any further into this episode, I've got some information to share. This episode is sponsored by Follow Up Boss, one of the leading CRMs, client relationship managers for residential real estate. Tons of top producing agents and some of the fastest growing teams out there are using Follow Up Boss to increase lead conversion, eliminate busy work that you're not doing anyway, and frankly, deliver a higher class experience in real estate to everybody who chooses you as their realtor of choice. So if you're going to keep listening to this, which I know you will, there's more information and a personal review of Follow Up Boss. For more information, go to followupboss.com/crazy. What you've seen in Philly. And for the record, y'all, she didn't tell me the story beforehand, so we all going to learn it together. Janis, what you got?
Okay, so years ago, I decided to buy some investment properties. I got into investing, and this was 2004. And I decided to buy an investment property, and I was going to rent it out. And at the time, I hadn't done rentals, I was only doing sales. So I hired a property management company to rent it out for me. So they put the sign up outside, and my contractor was in there finishing up the last, bits and pieces, the punch list items, and somebody knocked on the door and said they wanted to see the house. So he let them in, and it turns out the guy wanted to buy it. He had a son that was going to college, and he wanted to buy it for him. So he made me an offer, and I said, sure, I'll sell it. It was a nice offer. So we went under contract, and the house is vacant, and I'm waiting for him to settle, and he's settling the day after Labor Day. So it's a holiday weekend, and I get a phone call from one of the neighbors, and she said that my tenants were really loud, and they were having parties, and they were causing trouble. And I said, and I knew the neighbors because, I had been around working on the house. And I said, it's not me. I don't have tenants. And she said, your tenants. And she said it several times, to the point where I called my contractor and sent him over to the house to find out what was going on. And he got to the house, and it had only been about a week since he'd been there. And he got to the house, and there were blankets and sheets hanging from all the windows on the inside, like curtains. And he thought something was amiss. So he walked up to the door, and I found this out later, I didn't know. He walked up to the door and he went with his gun. He knocked on the door with his gun. And they came to the door. And he said, what are you doing in her house? And the guy said, this is my house.
Okay, so I told y'all that I would do a review of Follow Up Boss, because I'm your friend in real estate, and I did. Now, there's a blue million CRM out there. I mean, if you go to any Facebook group, every realtor's like, which one should I use? Which one should I use? And you know that these CRM, which are client relationship managers or customer relationship manager, whatever you want to call it, it's truly a system that's just designed to help you know what to do next, because you're very busy and you're a multitasker in real estate. With all those different tasks and balls up in the air, you need something to help you stay on track, and that's what Follow Up Boss does. Now, this cell phone, not a CRM, y'all. When you save a name and a phone number in there, that is basically a Rolodex. Follow Up Boss is going to take the names and phone numbers and also help you know what to do next, so you can maintain these relationships with your neighbors. Because that's what this is about. Real estate is not about serving just prospects and clients. It's about taking great care of your neighbors' needs in real estate. And if you'll use a tool like Follow Up Boss, where they remember you, they might even call you when they're ready to buy or sell again, or when their mom and daddy do, or their best friend or their kid, and you want to be top of mind, that's what a product like Follow Up Boss will do for you. Truly, it's going to change your business when you start paying better attention to people. They don't have to know you use Follow Up Boss, but they'll totally understand that they are being heard by you. So now there's a free trial for my people because you're loved. Go to followupboss.com/crazy. No credit card is required. And frankly, because you're my people and we made an ask for you, Follow Up Boss said, yes, you get double the free trial. That's actually enough time to log in, put some pieces in it, and watch it change your business as it has for so many realtors and teams nationwide. Again, go to followupboss.com/crazy to start your free trial today.
So this went back and forth for a little while, and my contractor knew it was my house. And the guy swore that it was his house. So by this point, I'm on my way down there. And you have to back up a minute, because at the time I was pregnant, about 14 months pregnant, out to here pregnant, hormonal, losing my mind. And I was on a moped because I decided I usually ride my bike all over town. And since I was so pregnant, I decided I didn't want to ride a bike anymore because I was exhausted. So I went and I bought a moped. So I'm riding around, an orange Honda Metro. The one, it looks like a Vespa. And I'm riding around. And at the time, I was literally the only one in Center City with a moped. Everybody has them now. I was a trendsetter. I mean, out to here. I was a sight. So I roll up to the house, and my contractor's there, and I call the police, and you know what it's like to be hormonal and pregnant. I was out of my mind, and it was summer, and it was hot, and someone was in my house. I was a little crazy. So we call the police, and I'm trying to get in my house, and the guy swears that he has a lease. So the police are telling me it's a landlord-tenant issue, it's not a breaking and entry issue, and this is going on for probably about 2.5 hours, where this guy keeps telling me he has a lease, it's at his aunt's house, he has to go get it, just one story after another, and I'm losing my mind. I actually got back on my moped, went to my office, I grabbed my closing documents, like I was just out of my mind to say it's my house. So the guy is stalling and stalling and stalling, and ultimately what happens is he leads them into the basement, saying now that the lease is down there. And he reached up into the rafters on top of the joist and pulled out a gun. They all tackled him. Nobody got hurt, thank God. They all tackled him and took him away in handcuffs. So I'm thinking, okay, I got my house back. No. Not only was he in there, he had his baby mamas and their children in there.
What?
Wait, it gets better. You cannot make this shit up. I hope you could be. We're allowed to say that word. Okay.
The show is called Crazy Shit, and you just told me a commune moved into your house, and so I'm processing anyway. Okay, now don't forget to go try Follow Up Boss so that your business can continue to expand in professionalism, and then you can meet some more crazy people yourself. I really appreciate Follow Up Boss sponsoring this episode, but mainly I appreciate them for giving y'all double the free trial time with no credit card required. So make sure you go to followupboss.com/crazy and then let me know what you think. I'll see you guys next time. Oh, you're enjoying this little clip? Well, the rest of the story is available on any of your podcast apps. Just go search for and subscribe to Crazy Shit in Real Estate with Leigh Brown.